Emma's hands trembled holding a cracked mug. Seattle's annual community barbecue, until she spotted it. Behind spilled coleslaw and half-eaten cornbread, a forgotten clay wheel sat abandoned near dumpsters, its pedal rusted but intact. 45 years of dodging small talk, yet this grimy relic called her like a dare. Next morning, she hauled it into her garage, ignoring neighbors' raised brows. By week's end, her knuckles were caked in dried earth, misshapen bowls piled high. Each wobble on that wheel carved space for Emma's hands trembled holding a cracked mug. Seattle's rain had painted gray for decades, same as her pulse each time someone asked how's life. Like clay slapped onto a wheel too fast, her words always collapsed before shaping something real. Social gatherings left her marooned between fake smiles and exits through kitchen doors, hiding behind casserole dishes. Community BBQs where laughter stuck to others like glaze. But 45 years of flinching doorbells had left her wrists tired. One damp Tuesday, she dragged herself into a pottery studio above Pike Place, where a woman with rainbow-streaked hair tossed her a lump of earth like it was no biggie. "Centering's bitch," Rainbow muttered, nodding Emma's first wobbly attempt. Clay had its own rebellion, splattering her apron, wobbling into lopsided bowls, but unlike people, it never judged. Muscle memory kicked in, her thumbs found grooves worn smooth by years of kneading dough for school bake sales no one attended. That spinning wheel became her anchor, each rotation sanding down jagged edges of "what if they hate me?" By June, Emma's shelves brimmed with mugs shaped like her progress, uneven, sturdy, glazed in colors that screamed "I exist." When Rainbow strong-armed her into a tiny exhibition, Emma nearly balked. But opening night, a silver-haired stranger cradled her favorite piece, a vase with deliberate cracks filled gold, and whispered "me too." Turns out, staying quiet had been real mess. Now, when her hands shook, they built instead of broke. Emma's hands trembled holding a cracked mug. Seattle's rain had soaked through her jacket, but it was sting of another awkward book club meeting that left her cold. 45 and still flubbing small talk like a teen prom. That evening, she took a wrong turn down an alley, slick pavement, neon flickering, and nearly collided with a flyer for Clay and Courage, wheel throwing for beginners. A glob of wet clay smudged date. Fate, or just Seattle's drizzle playing tricks? Inside studio next week, Emma gripped a lump of clay like it might bite. Instructor Rosa, a woman with biceps earned from decades of centering, tossed her an apron. Mistakes here? Just more chances to reshape. Emma's first attempts were lopsided disasters. A bowl collapsed like a deflated balloon, a vase resembled a sad sock. But with each wobble, her shoulders unclenched. Wheels hum drowned out usual mental chatter. Did I overshare? Was my laugh too loud? Replaced by earthy scent of possibility. Months in, Rosa nudged her toward a summer exhibition. Your pieces got soul, fam, Emma balked. Showing her work meant eyes, judgments, people. But then she noticed how clay remembered every touch, thumbprints, cracks, all part of its story. Maybe hers didn't need to be perfect either. Community center BBQs became her testing ground. She'd haul mugs glazed in Pacific Northwest blues, handing them off with a shrug. Made this. Holds coffee, or regrets. Neighbors chuckled, lingering to chat. No one cared if her jokes landed crooked. Opening night, Emma's display, unfinished, featured pieces left deliberately rough, cracks filled with gold. A woman in a sunflower dress lingered, tracing a seam. Feels like me, she murmured. Emma's chest tightened, but not with fear. This time, it was quiet thrill of clay finding its shape, and so had she. Emma's hands trembled holding a cracked mug. Seattle's rain had turned into relentless drizzle, but her studio smelled like earth and possibility. 45 years of second-guessing every conversation, every crowded room, yet here she was, elbows deep in clay, stubborn as hell. That wheel wasn't just spinning mud, it was her quiet rebellion against a lifetime of what-ifs. First attempts looked like sad pancakes. Centering clay? More like wrestling a greased pig. But Creator kept it, knuckles white, breath steady. Each collapse felt personal, like her social missteps, awkward pauses, overthought hellos. Yet clay forgave. No side eyes here, just raw material waiting for her to try again. Community BBQs tested her. Small talk over charred burgers made her palms sweat, but now she had an exit strategy: gotta check my bisque firing. A lie, but one that bought time to breathe. Back her wheel, she'd channel that nervous energy into curves, grooves, something solid she could point to and say, I made this. Progress wasn't pretty, but neither was courage. Then came exhibition flyer, local artists, open submissions. Her stomach dropped. Showing up meant eyes on her work, on her. But hiding felt worse. So she signed up, then immediately regretted it. Doubt whispered she'd crack under pressure, just like her early mugs. But woman had learned, cracks could be filled with gold. Kintsugi for soul, fam day of show, her pieces stood among polished vases and sleek sculptures. Her bowls listed slightly, fingerprints still visible in their glaze. A woman paused, ran a thumb over one uneven rim. Feels alive, she murmured. Emma's chest tightened. Maybe perfection wasn't point. Maybe showing up, lumps and all, was enough. Rain tapped gallery windows. Emma exhaled, shoulders lighter. That will had taught her what people couldn't. Sometimes staying centered meant embracing spin. Emma's hands trembled holding a cracked mug, Seattle's rain tapping windows like impatient fingers. 45 years of biting her tongue, folding into corners community BBQs while others laughed loud. But Clay didn't judge. A wheel spun steady beneath her palms, slick with slip, and for once, her pulse synced to something outside her own doubt. Months blurred into misshapen bowls, lopsided vases, one tiny goof of a cup she nicknamed Frankencup. Yet each wobble felt like progress. Then came flyer, emerging artist showcase. Bold letters screamed opportunity. Her stomach flipped, but fingers curled tight around Frankencup. I'm writing my own story, she thought, slapping down an entry form before fear could yank it back. Day of exhibition, a skeptic in a too-sharp blazer eyed her display, earthy mugs with thumbprint ridges, plates glazed like stormy skies. Cute hobby, he muttered, turning away. Emma's cheeks burned. Then a phone clicked. Some Gen Z art kid had snapped her mid-spin, arms flecked with clay, grinning like she'd stolen sunshine. Viral by midnight, kid winked. Crowds swarmed her booth. Strangers cradled her pieces like treasure. That skeptic? Stunned silent, then elbowing forward to buy Frankencup. Laughter roared as she fumbled signing her first autograph, on a napkin, with a borrowed eyeliner. Rain still fell outside, but Emma walked home lighter. Clay crusted under her nails, city lights reflecting in puddles. For once, she wasn't shrinking. She was storm. Emma's hands no longer trembled holding cracked mugs, now they shaped them. Seattle's rainy afternoons once trapped her indoors, but clay became her compass. That first wobbly bowl? A relic. Her will spun chaos into curves, her odd habit of humming show tunes while centering clay turning into a signature quirk. Months in, her studio became a haven for others hiding behind coffee cups and half-smiles. Nervous newcomers found rhythm in her steady guidance, fingers pressing into earth like silent confessions. Community BBQs sizzled with laughter as her Pottery for Panic crew traded glazed tips over charred burgers, proving creativity built bridges faster than small talk ever could. When her exhibition debuted, cracked masterpieces displayed proudly beside polished ones, Emma stood back, watching strangers trace fingertips over grooves she'd carved. A grandma whispered, "My hands used to shake too," and Emma grinned. 45 never felt so fierce. Clay wheel's hum had been her anchor, now it spun a whole damn fleet. Grab some dirt, shape your brave.